Easy section we'll be building out next. We're going to showcase the customers, the brands that we work with. Click on Add section, and we are going to showcase 5 brands, just their logos. And I just want to take a second here to warn you. If you're working with a client or by yourself, the moment you get to 5 columns or any uneven number, 5, 7, it goes on. You have to carefully think, can't you change it to 4 or 6? 5 always becomes tricky when you get to tablet design. There are ways you can fix it, but if you are looking for a smooth workflow, try and see if you can stick to 4 or 6. 5 is always going to be tricky on a tablet, and in most cases what I do lately is I stack them because, well, it just works much easier instead of trying to make them work in 3 columns and then 2 columns below them. We'll have a look at it soon. We had this here, 3 columns, and we didn't have an issue with them. They still look good on a tablet device. But you can imagine if we have 5, this is going to be crowded as crazy. It's not going to work on a website. And then how are we going to split this into 2 rows? That's what we're going to try and solve now. We click again on New Section and then select the 5. And all we do is bring in an image in the first one, which we will style out. And then after this, we will copy it again like we did before. Here are the 5 logos. We go for brand 1, upload it. And all I do is go to the column setting, then design, layout, and we make sure that it is justified, content to the center and to the center. I'll select this section. I want to change the background to this one, bright snow. Very nice. Little bit of separation with our team section at the top. To see how this is going to work, I will just go ahead and copy this column 4 times. We select the row, go to Elements, delete these 4 columns, and then duplicate until we have 5. Before I change out the content, go down that road, I'll go to tablet. And here we go, and we have this situation here on tablet. Before I get all worked up over what's going on here, I want to save it and preview it on the front end. Let's close the other tabs and let's deactivate Pixify for this moment. No, activate, because we want to see the tablet, and scroll down to tablet. And this is what I was expecting. You see, it doesn't look like this is centered, but we instructed our container, which is the column, to make sure that these images are aligned to the middle. It doesn't look like it is, but hey, look there. On the front, it is. And I know this can be very frustrating when you're working in the back end. Just be aware, because we ran into this issue in module 1, and I didn't go and check it on the front end while I was preparing, and I spent half an hour to an hour trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. And in the end, it wasn't me. It was you, mama. So make sure you understand this one. I'm pretty sure it's something that they can fix. It is centered, but we still have this thing that, do we want it like this? I'm actually thinking once we bring in the other logos, this open space here is not going to bother anyone. No one will be offended by this open space. Maybe a few graphic designers will lose their marbles over, oh, it's not balanced. But because these are logos and companies and your customers, I think it can be forgiving. The other choice you have is that you do what we have here on mobile and you stack them all. That is the other one. And then you have the other option that you put all of them in the same row. You put 5 of them next to each other. I'm wondering if it can work in this case. So let's go ahead and try that option. What we do then to make this work is we select the column of the first one that we have here. We go to Design, Sizing, and then Column Class. Currently it's set to 1/2, and we look for 1/5. That's all we do. We're not going to mess with these guys. We're going to delete and then copy them again. But just to make sure, go to Mobile and make sure it is still on full width, which it is. Back to Desktop, select the row, Content, Elements, and again, we delete those 4 And again, we copy the first one. Back to tablet, and they are nicely in a row. And you can see that it's going to work because these are just small logos. We don't have to have them loudly in the visitor's face. So making them small, pushing them next to each other on a tablet, it's going to work here. And then on our phone, let's have a look here. Right, they are not centered, but we know they are centered. We save, go to the preview, refresh, scroll to the bottom. Yeah, let's go change out our content. Desktop, click on the image. Next one, select the image. Next one, we're almost there. And the last one. Tablet. And we save. To the front, refresh. No mess, no fuss, it looks good. Even though we were worried, if it were the team members, we cannot do 5. That won't make sense. But these are just these logos. They are visual, so very easy to put them next to each other. On mobile device, definitely, we will stack them like so. This was a good page. This is a very straight up about us page. Not too much information. What is still up for the rest of this course is that we will look at the canvas, and we're going to look at 2 use cases of the canvas. This made me age about 10 years, I would say. But we're going to have a look at where those years went in. The canvas, very powerful. Implementation and application, sometimes really strange. You have to understand the concepts behind it, and then it works very well. Unfortunately, a lot of the tutorials online seem to skip many of those concepts. So I'm going to try and really show you. My goal is going to be in the next 2 or 3 chapters to give you that full understanding at a basic level of how the canvas can create floating little boxes on your screen, like if you want to put a cookie or you want to put an announcement on your site, and if you want to create an on-click pop-up. These are the 2 canvas use cases we'll be doing in Module 2. In Module 3, I will bring in automatic pop-ups. But in this case, we're going to start with that because the implementation is a little bit of a learning curve.